Hey everybody, Max Aita here, head coach of Team Juggernaut, and I'm going to show you guys my top 5 favorite tips for improving your snatch. The first one is going to be fixing your start position. So David's going to help here. He's going to get set by the bar. The start position really is about half of the technique of the lift, and it's super important that you're dialed in and you're set up exactly the way you want to be. You have a method for this every time. So what we're really concerned with is that David is lining up the barbell just above the ball of his foot, and then he's bringing his shoulders down, grabbing the bar, and lining up his shoulders on top of the bar. So when it's all said and done, he's in the start position. He should have his shoulder, the barbell, and the ball of his foot all in line before he starts pulling. There's a little bit of leeway for people to have the shoulder forward a tiny bit, but never back behind the bar. From here, his hips get set naturally. He doesn't have to do anything else. One great drill that I like to use to sort of solidify this is to do a snatch with a slow start. So he's going to pull from the ground to about knee height, just above his knee, with a really slow, probably half-speed tempo. From there, he's going to finish the lift with normal speed. This slow start really helps to lock in his position, lets him get set, lets him feel whether or not he's doing it correctly, and correct any issues he's got on the way up to the knee. Second tip is something we would call fixing the knees. So we want to make sure that his start position is good, that's dialed in. When he pulls the bar up to his knees, he's getting his knees out of the way and he's getting his shins to perpendicular with the floor. So when he sets up, he's going to start pulling. If he doesn't get his knee back, that bar is going to come out in front of him, it's going to swing. So what we want to do is a drill called a snatch with a pause at the knee. He's going to initiate the pull just as he would in a snatch, but as soon as he hits his kneecap, he's going to pause. Now when he's holding this position, we want to make sure that we have a perpendicular shin. If he gets to here and his knee is way forward, it's bent, he's not in the right spot, this exercise, the pause here, allows him to correct that before finishing the lift. So he gets this little bit of extra time to sort of adjust, make corrections, and then finish the lift properly. This really helps get his knee into the right position and helps reinforce practicing that vertical shin, fixing the knee, so when he comes off the ground, he's getting himself in the right spot. So he pulls up to the knee, makes sure he's in the right spot, pushes his knees back or forward, whatever he has to do to fix it, then completes the snatch. Third favorite tip here is mastering the transition. So as the barbell moves from the ground in the first pull and you transition past your knees to the second pull, we need to make sure that that's happening correctly. One of the biggest issues people have is as they transition from first to second pull, their body weight shifts forward to the toe, they lose that position in their heel, and everything is going forward. The bar is going to come out in front, they're going to jump forward or just totally miss it. So we want to focus on pulling the bar up to his knee, and as he transitions past the knee, keeping his heel down on the ground. Okay? So as he comes off the ground, going to pull smoothly, knees move back, heels stay on the floor as he passes the knee. One drill we use to correct this a lot and use pretty regularly in programs is the hang snatch from below the knee. It does a good job of isolating that transition, so when he starts every single snatch, he's eliminating the first pull, doesn't need to worry about that component. He can focus solely on the action of the knees and the transition. So he's going to start from the top, lowers the bar down below his knees. Now he's emphasizing just the movement of his knees back, keeping his heels on the ground, making sure his transition is smooth and he's not rushing anything. Excellent. My fourth favorite drill is to master the active upper body in the snatch. A lot of times when people snatch, they lose control of the bar with their upper body. They make great contact, they pull really strong, bar's moving well, but they kind of do nothing on the way under the bar. They maybe fall under or they're just kind of waiting for something to happen. So what we want to do is really emphasize an active upper body, meaning he's continuing to pull against the bar as he moves up and continuing to pull against the bar when he moves down. So one of the best drills for this is going to be muscle snatch. Dave's going to get set just like he would in a regular snatch, but unlike a snatch, he's going to continue to extend his legs, lock his knees out, and finish the entire movement with his upper body. This really helps reinforce driving his elbows high and continuing to pull up against the bar as he finishes the movement. The second drill that complements this is a snatch with no hook, no feet. So he's going to use just a simple grip on the bar, and he's not going to move his feet at all when he does the snatch. These two constraints force him to use his upper body a little bit more and not rely on the contact he gets in the hip. So he can't generate a huge explosion from his hips. He's going to be forced to emphasize what his upper body is doing. So he's going to get set just like he would in a snatch, bumping his feet out a little bit wider so that he's in basically the position he would catch the snatch in. With a simple grip, he's going to pull smoothly, and then he's going to turn over his hands, catching the bar in the bottom of the squat. The lack of a hook grip prevents him from generating too much power with his hips, because if he makes contact too aggressively, the bar is going to feel like it's falling out of his hands. So he's going to naturally be forced to dial back that power and emphasize just what his upper body is doing. Excellent. The fifth tip is hands and feet together. So what we want to do is guarantee that when people rack the bar, when people catch the bar in the snatch, whether they jump forward or jump back or have any kind of technical issues, they're 100% committed to it. We want to think about a hard landing. Your feet should hit the ground the same time your elbow locks, and it should be very aggressive and very firm. So one of the best drills for this is going to be the snatch balance. Dave's going to get set in the snatch balance by putting the bar on his upper back like a back squat, taking a snatch grip. He's going to dip and drive, and then he's going to drive himself under the bar aggressively, locking his elbow at the same time that he stomps his feet down. Then he rides it down to the full squat. The key point here is that your feet and your elbows are locking together in coordination. The timing and tempo of the stomp and the elbows locking is key, and it gives you really good feedback when you do it properly. You can feel and hear all of that happening together. The easiest way to describe this is just a hard landing. When you land, everything is there solid. This is a really excellent drill for people that maybe press out or don't rack the bar firmly. They are maybe a little bit slow under or a little soft. It's going to build some confidence using a little bit heavier weights in the snatch balance. You can kind of build up above what you've done in the snatch and then transfer some of that confidence into the actual heavier lifts. If you like this series, go ahead and check out my snatch manual and check out the rest of our content on YouTube.